welcome to the live stream. My name is Kevin Cheney, and this is my blacksmith shop, Red Maple Forge. And today is Scrap Metal Friday. So if you don't know what Scrap Metal Friday is, I take a piece of steel from that, that rack over there. That's all my drop steel. So like, you know, the pieces that are, you know, you cut from a 10-foot bar and the little pieces that get left over. Yeah, this is my scrap metal. So today, if you look down below in my little corner there, I'm going to be making a spear. Or at least attempted to make a spear. So I got a piece of a 3/4 inch square bar. And it is 8 inches, roughly. Roughly 8 inches. So we'll get that put into the forge. Get that heated up. I will be moving a lot of steel today, so I will be using my 3-pound cross-beam hammer. This one I actually made on a video years ago. So if you want to see me make that, you can just go over to my channel on YouTube. I have that there. And so yeah, this is the live stream. I stream every weekday at 1:30 Eastern Time. A little early today. It's Friday. Might as well get into it. And yeah, I am on both YouTube and Twitch. My chats are open, and I can read them from the anvil. So, you know, if you're here and you're live, if you want to ask me a question and stuff, go ahead. And if you're watching this after, and you're not live, because I know I'm at a really weird time for North America, 1:30, because no one else works, right? Yeah, yeah. Anyways, if you're afterwards on the video, and you just want to put a comment down, put a comment down below. Hey, why not? And if you like what you see today, and you're not subscribed, and I know there's quite a few of you that's not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, or follow on Twitch. Come on. So, yeah, cranking up a little bit of the heat. We're going to be using about 10 psi, which can get up to forge welding temps. This is just mild steel. I know, I'm making a spear with mild steel. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is going to be one of these, like, looks cool, but not really functional spear. But you know what? Mild steel spear would still take down a boar. I don't care what you say. That just won't hold the edge, but you really need to hold an edge with a spear. So, the whole course idea of this is because, well, you caught some of the previous Friday streams making little arrowheads, and figured let's oversize that a little bit. So, a little bit. If you don't know, this is the first show. I do shows, like, you know, festivals kind of thing. And one of them I do is, I do a couple of medieval fairs. And I figured, hey, why not make a spear? Like they would in a medieval time. Now, I'm not going to be period correct and all that, which is okay. You know, I am using propane. They would have used charcoal. Charcoal, not coal. Do your history. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna get this nice and hot because I want to move as much steel as quickly as possible. So the first thing I'm going to be starting on is the socket. So I'm going to take this down. I'm going to actually spread it out wide as much as I can. Using the crossbeam of my crossbeam hammer. So, yeah. that's the spiel for today. I have nothing else to rant. Beautiful sunny day, so that means all my cameras have to be readjusted today. Sorry if some of them are a little bit dark. I normally put the anvil one a little bit darker because of the heat from the steel. Makes it a little bit hard to see, so darkening it a little bit helps a little bit with it. It's not perfect, but hopefully you can get a sense of what I'm doing. And yes, I got the coffee flowing already. I'm going to just put that in a little bit more. And you notice the one side of my forge, closest to you, it is actually blocked up. I do that when I'm trying to keep as much heat in the forge as possible, like today. Unfortunately, it means I got my dragon's breath going out that way, so I'm picking it up with the tongs that are a little bit harder. For tongs today, I am using my 3/4 inch bolt tongs, or V-bit bolt tongs. These guys I made in a video as well, quite some years ago. Again, if you want to see that after this live stream, that's fine. Go over there on my channel on YouTube, it's there somewhere. These guys I actually made for this steel itself, so the 3/4 inch. So should hold nicely unless they have spread apart, because they're not as straight as they used to. They're not as straight as they used to be, because I have used them on stock. They weren't even meant for, but it should be okay. Doesn't look too bad. So, for the first heat, I'm going to go on to diagonal, and I'm grabbing about 3 inches roughly of steel, and I'm going to just start taking down that top point. The reason why I'm doing this is I want to flatten it out a little bit, so I can come in with my cross peen and start spreading that middle out. I'm not trying to lengthen it. It will lengthen a little bit, but I also want to make a little bit of a shoulder on the one side. So when I work this, I am going to be working it from the same side every time, because I do want to set a little bit of a shoulder. This is so when we round the socket over, it will actually get a little bit closer to where that shoulder is. It'll make sense more when I get into it. Yeah, so I got my first medieval fair show in 2 weeks' time. So not this weekend, not the following weekend, but the weekend after that, and starting to feel a little bit, am I ready? It's the first big show this year, and it is a whole weekend, and it's pretty well, I have to bring everything I need on Friday with me. I don't have a chance to come back, pick up stuff, and go, so it's always a little nerve-wracking, especially the first one. After I get through the first one, I get a sense of what people are looking for this year and stuff like that. And even though every show is different, and what people want is different, you get a sense, right? So next show 2 weeks from now, the The one after that is going to be at the end of June, roughly. This is more close to the middle to end June. And then September. These are my big shows, like the whole weekend shows. I got one in September, and then one possibly in October. I'm still waiting to hear back on that. Oh, actually, there's two in September. I just got approved for one. It's a one-day show in September. And I might have some other little shows sprinkled around here and there. And when I say little shows, I mean like your kind of farmer's market, kind of like 4-hour, one-day kind of thing. Anyways, going into a fortune. So on my second heat, I'm going to come in with the cross bead, and I'm going to try and go from the middle. And I'm going to start spreading this out from the middle to the outside. And this is going to take a whack of heats to do this. Because I want to bring this down to roughly a millimeter. What would that be in inches? I don't know. Between a 32nd and a 16th, I think. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. So probably you're going to notice me taking a little bit more heats than if I was doing this regularly. To be honest, this is the first time me doing this here, so, you know, I don't want to wail away on it and find out I'm making a mistake. I'm taking a little bit more of my time. It's also Friday. I'm trying to enjoy my time. Try to remember to switch the camera. I've been getting bad in the last couple of weeks. So I'll try and keep it. Okay. I don't have the tongs right. Okay, that might be better. So I'm going from the center, slowly working my way out. So it's going to look a little bit rough and crude right now as I work it, which is okay. We got more than enough steel there to clean up afterwards, so it's all good. Now the reason why I'm not popping into, like, say a rounding hammer for this and I'm using a cross bead is because I'm trying to spread it out wide, where with a rounding hammer it's going to go in all 4 directions, and I really don't want that. I only want to go wide. I don't want to lengthen it at all. Now again, if you had, like say, a spring fuller that goes in your hardy hole, you can definitely use that for this. It probably would be quicker just because you got a little bit more surface area than my little cross beam there. Also, there are different styles of cross beams out there with more fat cross beams on it. So, you know, whatever you have. This one is, I think it's large, but it's not actually that big from a cross paint kind of thing. It is roughly, I want to say a half-inch radius kind of thing on that. Half-inch radius? Well, diameter. Quarter-inch radius like that. It's basically the same that half-inch round stock would be. Put it that way. That was a nice mid-hit. I'll try not to do that too much. Yeah, the camera does make it look like I'm putting in still quite warm. I think there it looked kind of more getting into the yellow. It was not. It was getting to more of the red orange color when I put it back in. You'll notice a little bit that when I am spreading out this, I'm actually not going all the way into a colder heat. Some of it is tired of wailing away and need a break. But also, I'd like to keep it warm. Let's not waste energy. Let's get that heat back up. And that's where you're going to move your more steel. Just when you're in that really nice heat. Again, I'm just spreading this out. I still have a lot of ways to go on this to get where I want. Like I said, I'm going down, trying to get down to about a millimeter of steel, or like a heavy 32nd, light 16th of an inch. So it's going to take a little bit. I'm just going to open the window upstairs and let some of the heat in. Yep, I grabbed it wrong. Getting there, it's getting there. I got a nice good stream going today. That's nice. This side almost done. Now we gotta drop down this side a little bit in thickness. As we thin this down, it is going to heat up a lot quicker. So if you are using a cold forge or a solid fuel forge, you want to really make sure that you keep an eye on your steel so that you don't burn it. As we get thinner and thinner with this, it's going to get easier and easier to burn. Flying off of it while I forge. So I'm going to take a couple seconds right now, clean off some of that scale. But it's not fun to get scale caught between your fingers and your hammer. I kind of just had that, so. Right now I'm just cleaning up the one side. I've already stretched out to what I need. Then I'm coming back in the middle, spreading out the other side. It still has a little bit too much thickness in it. Hopefully it doesn't get too wide that I can't put it in the side here of my forge. those lovely peen hits on it. So we're going to take a couple of heats, flatten that out a little bit, smooth it down. And the reason why I'm smoothing this down is because the place that I've been actually cross painting right now, that is actually going to be the outside of my sphere, or the socket for the sphere. So I kind of want to make that look nice. Really, I have a hole in my chin. Flat side of my hammer now. I'm just smoothing out some of those cross beam marks as much as possible. Starting to come out. Oh no, come on, get back in there. It's a little too wide for the side of my forge right now, so I'm just going to curl it a little bit so I can still get in there. I'm going to go over to my shelf, start curling this with cross beam. Start curling this over as we're getting it. It starts to curl. We're going to rotate full steel, trying to get it to go into the socket shape. We're going to take another heat on that. as I work this, I'm going to be mindful of what side looks better, as in what side of the spot that I flatten this looks better, because what I want is that one to be over top of the other. So I'm just going to start curling it, and as I'm hitting it, I'm going to turn it ever so slightly, and I'm letting the anvil do more of the work than the hammer itself. If it's starting to get a little shapen because of the shoulder, I'm going to come in and clean up that shoulder a little bit and start closing that up. So right now I got them kind of interlocking, which is not great. So I'm just trying to hit the bottom one in so I can continue on with turning that socket. Got it almost closed up, and I'm going to clean up, take another heat and clean up that socket a little bit. I'll use the horn to do that. Taking a second to look at everything. There is a spot right in here where the underside has sunken down a little bit. I gotta see what I got to fix that up a little bit. It doesn't go fully on the horn. So what I'm grabbing is this is ½ inch, would be 3/4. Try 5/8. No, 3/4 inch round. 3/4 inch round. Just welded on a random piece of 1/4 inch square. And chalk it up to ice. I'm hoping that I can get this over enough that I can take that kink out. get kicked. Device. Hope this works. Go down a little bit on that. This is spread it out. Up a little bit. And anything I might have ruined, I clean up on the angle. That looks so much better. So now that we got the socket pretty well done, what I want to do is now set the shoulder right above the socket for that transition between the socket and, I guess, the blade, you would call it. Oh yeah, it's upstairs. My water bucket's upstairs. Close this socket, this shoulder up. We're just going to use the horn of the amp. We're going to start working it. This is my spot where I can actually get the round camera out. At the next heat, I probably will. And I'm trying to make an hourglass shape on top of that socket. Heat just to clean that up a little bit. decided if I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter than what it is, or keep it the length it is. Once I get the shoulder set a little bit better, I'll make that call. I think I have too much steel right now. Maybe not. Right now, I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. That hourglass shoulder. Not hitting it that hard. Double checking to make sure my socket hasn't expanded in any way. It has a little bit. So I'm going to bring that down a little bit more. Got a little bit out of straightness. So I'm just going to come in here and try and straighten it up before I cut it off. Actually, I'm going to leave the whole length, I think. It's about 5 inches. I think I'm going to leave the whole length. Switch up my tongs to my scrolling tongs, actually, to be able to hold it. Maybe not. I'll put it back in the forge and then maybe play with what tongs I want. To be honest, might be my work. Just a little bit too short to get over top of that. So I'm going to try with my flat bit tongs and see how they work. I don't need my rounding hammer anymore. The reason why I normally will just use a cross bead is because doing this for 17 years now. Yeah, 17 years. I've always used a cross bead over a rounding hammer. It's only been like maybe the last 3-4 years I've actually had a rounding hammer in the shop. So normally the rounding hammer I only have out for the rounding part of the hammer, and it's only to actually work down material a little bit quicker, or something like the shoulder here where the roundness of that hammer actually makes a difference. So we're going to first start with a very aggressive taper on the tip. Pretty well where I'm going to stop on that heat. I'm going to go in for another heat on that. less of an angle, come up right where we ended the last taper, and start shallowing that taper out a little bit. I'm actually going to be making a long taper. Actually work all four sides just to make sure I'm even on all four sides. And I'm just looking, see how we are straighten all that. And at this point, this is where I want to be as straight as possible, because on our next heat we're going to be bringing that down from a square into a more diamond or ellipse kind of looking thing. Right on the diagonal, you're going to flatten that out. This will allow us to both get a little bit of length out of it, but also spread it wide. thickness for about 3/8 at the very middle. To straighten up stuff before I get too far. Now that I got the spine pretty well the thickness I want, or what's going to be the spine of it, I'm going to start doing my bevels on the end, on each side. And I'm hoping that the bevels, doing them on both sides, will keep it nice and straight. We'll see how that works. Bevels, I'm doing it close to the shelf. If you don't have a shelf, you can actually just do this on your edge of your anvil. My edges are not too clean. The shelf is actually cleaner. That's why I'm using a shelf. Use the back end of your anvil, heel anvil. Be a little bit longer than I was originally anticipating. I didn't need all that material apparently. this next heat, I'm going to actually take some time to straighten out everything. I'm getting close to having my bevels done. So that means I'm going to have a little bit less material to play with after that. So I'm going to take time now to clean up as much as I can and then finish those bevels. The reason why I'm spending so much time to get clean lines and all that is I plan on having this as it comes out of the forge. I'm going to do no grinding on this whatsoever. So I want to make it as close as possible, as clean as possible. For the final cleanup, I'm going to be switching over to my little 2-pounder. clean up the lines, take out any little hammer marks that might be in there right now. Might get the really small cross paint out for that. Just for fun, I might as well use it. This guy made a couple of a week or so ago on one of the Tuesday Tool episodes. About how short this handle is. I'm not doing really heavy blows, just really light blows. This is just trying to get all the hammer marks out, clean it up a little bit. This next heat, I'm actually going to refine the overall shape of the sphere and or the blade of the sphere. One side is a little bit more rounded, I guess, tapered, a little bit more than the other, so I want to bring both in as much as possible to each other. Yeah, this side's a little bit more of a narrow taper than the other. Steel, so I don't mind working it at the lower temperatures. If this was high carbon steel, I would have taken another heat by now. basically just, oh yeah, I can see that. It's the artistic maple leaf that I have on my logo. That was made actually originally for the negative of the whole logo. So it technically is backwards compared to my logo. That was one of the first videos I did way back almost 8 years ago, I guess. I have to look to see. I want to know that list. I'm going to go in, I think right above the socket would be a good spot for it. Make sure I have it cemented out of shape. Give it a quick wire brush. And I tell you, if you don't have a brush like this, get yourself one. It is far more superior than all your little wire brushes out there. I got this from a horse supply shop near me. So that's like the ones that make saddles and all that. Well, they also have farrier tools. This was in amongst the farrier tools. Now, because this is just mild steel, there's absolutely no point in me doing any heat treat on it whatsoever. It's more of a decorative piece than anything. There you go. Yeah, it could be a little bit cleaner. A little bit more clean. But I tell you, you could take a file to that and make that nice and clean if you wanted to. I kind of want to leave it a little bit more rough. But overall, I think it looks good. Other than one little spot. Let's see if I can correct that one little spot. Again, this is something that if I was going to grind this down, it wouldn't be a problem. That looks a little bit better. Okay, well, there you go. There's a spear made out of some drop piece of 3/4 inch square. Anyways, that is my week for me. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys Monday at 1:30 Eastern Time. Have a good weekend, guys.